Okay, I think it's working. Okay, this is my second video, all right? And I think I'm getting better at this now. So the date is April 29th, 2020. So one thing I wanted to mention was one of the reasons I'm doing this is because I'm in a habit of every morning sitting down and meditating. And even if it's for 5 minutes, I just do it. When it's actually totally changed my life and this whole channeling thing, I don't think it would have come in the way it did mm, if that hadn't happened. So at any rate, I was sitting down to meditate. This is after the COVID thing just started. We're in the days of COVID right now. So it had happened really recently, and I was sitting down to meditate, and I'll check in with the guides often beforehand and just say, hey, you got anything to say? I'll let her rip. And so they started giving a message that just sounded like something that more than just me would like to hear. And about the time and about the purposefulness of it and all this. And to make people feel better, to help them feel better. I personally didn't feel that bad. Maybe I shouldn't say it like that, but I kind of, they were talking to me about the bigger picture of all this stuff. So I kind of always have them, my friends, actually my best friends, talking to me a lot. So I don't freak out too much anymore about being a human being and all that chaos and disappointment that can sometimes go with it. But so anyway, I'm sorry, I need to stick to the point. So the message was really a beautiful message, and it started out talking about what an important time this was, how there were no mistakes, and people were here on purpose. And I said, hang on a second. Hey, how about if I get my phone and just record that? And maybe I could text it. You can do the little text recording and send it off. So we did. It's really some beautiful message. I think there was about 3 different times I did that and sent it out to people I knew. And I think people really liked it, the ones that received the whole message. Of course, sometimes that doesn't work out so well. And so I thought, well, we should have another way to do this. And of course, they were wanting to be seen, more widely seen anyway. So, and normally I would have totally freaked out and been like, I'm not doing that and being in the public eye and stuff. You guys are crazy. It's not happening. Find someone else, right? But it's not how it feels to me at all. Like it feels good to me, which is interesting. So I'm telling you that story about the COVID stuff, about those messages. And I think I'm going to let them do one of those little messages right now. We'll just see what they have to say and see if it's a good one. I hope it's a good one where they talk about certain parts that I like them talking about, but they'll say it how they want to say it. So here we go. We are present, and we are knowing that the exceptional shift in the energy on your earth plane has become apparent and fully embodied. There has been a template, so to speak, that has been constructed as part of your earth, part of the energy system, and part of the energy from which humans draw. So because the shift was so complete, we see that the energy that is available for the beings on the earth plane and the earth herself and all of the life is more readily accessible, and it comes from a different type of, I want to say, a different type of paradigm. Maybe that's the best way we can say it. And so the energy that is available for humans to operate from has shifted. So there is no choice but for this entire Earth being to shift. You see, it is not just a choice. I choose to be more conscious and try to understand what my greater purpose on this Earth plane is about. It is more like, of course, there is always choice on the Earth plane. That is largely what it is about here. But the entire energy system shifted enough so that what you are drawing from is different. And we know that can be a little bit hard to understand. So in a manner of speaking, there is no option but for the change and for this benevolent change in the long run as we see it. And it is as if what you are feeding on has changed. So all of you will change some. It starts from the inside out, so to speak. You cannot really avoid it. Nancy is thinking that we are not making sense, but we believe that we are making sense. And many of you can understand this. And we can make more of this clearer as time goes on. There is so much to say about it, but we want you to understand that you are all incredibly brave souls, that you are there at this time and you chose to be there. And it is very purposeful. It is not a terrible mistake, as we have said before. It is absolutely an opportunity like no other to be on the Earth plane at this time. We know that for many it will not appear that way, will not feel that way, but it is. It is a great time on your Earth plane like no other. And the assistance that you are getting from the beyond the veil, so to speak, from the energies, and some would call it angelic forces. We tend to call it energies. It does not mean it is a negative force of any kind. It is a very positive, beautiful, vastly intelligent, differing types of beings that are so benevolent and assisting on your Earth plane. And many have been for some time. But the opening is so vast now for us all to come and assist. That is what is happening. You notice your Earth plane is still intact. It would never still be intact if you were not having all of this assistance from the other side. We're just letting you know we are here to stay. And there is nothing but beautiful, beneficial outcomes for the Earth plane and the beings upon it. And we know, Nancy tells us, we are so looking at the big picture, the big picture, she calls it, because sometimes that can be so far removed from what a human being can relate to. And she has asked us, can you find a way to have it be a little more relating to a person in their life that is concerned about the little things a person is concerned about in their life? And so we are managing that so that it can be a little more personally relatable. So we want you to understand that you are gifts to this universe and you are divinely loved. And this is a divine appointment, so to speak, on your Earth plane at this time. And it is a reverent time. We are complete. that made me kind of get tears in my eyes. Um, Sometimes that happens. Mm. So anyway, that's all I got to say for now. Let's see if we keep this recording or not. I gotta get better, way better at this. Okay. All right. Over and out. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.